Hello everyone, this is Pankaj Gupta, and I'm very pleased to welcome all of you to our little Facebook community, the Crown India channel, Pankaj Gupta, the group that goes by this name. I cannot thank you enough for the wonderful posts that you've been sharing there in response to my interview with Lee and Monika. I'm so glad that you watched that interview and that it resonated with you. So here in this video, I'm going to ramble about a few things. This is the very first video that I'm making for this community that we've created, the Crown community, the Crown members who know me now. And there will be many more things. This is just the beginning. There will be many more things over the next few months and years. So the first thing that I want to tell you is that this kind of comes from some of the posts that you've written. I don't know if you've read all the posts, but some of you have written that I never cry, but listening to you made me cry. Now, had you not written that my speech was really good, my talk was really good, I would have thought it was really bad. It made you cry. So bad. Anyway, that reminds me of something. So when people ask me socially, perhaps, what do I do for a living? I often just look at them and say, I make people cry and I take their money. Okay? And I've said that in many cultures, in Singapore, in India, in the US, in South America, in Africa, in Southeast Asia, in Australia, and every single time, the response is the same. Are you a lawyer? So apologies to any lawyers who are watching this. But you guys know with healing, there can be emotional releases and people do cry. However, none of you cried because of pain. None of you have said that, right? You cried because of the truth. You cried because of the love. You cried because, like you said, I touched something deep inside you. So I want you to think about that for a minute. What did I talk about? I know all of you are in pain to some degree or another, but what did I talk about? Did I say anything comforting, like, you'll be fine, you're magnificent, you're brilliant, you're much bigger than your problems, you're a fighter, you'll get out of it, we'll do this together? Did I encourage you? Did I even say I loved you? I watched that interview many times to make sure that I knew exactly what I said. I said none of these things. I introduced myself when they asked me to. I introduced the Pankaj method. I gave examples. I taught a little bit. That's it. I said nothing affectionate. I said nothing loving. I used no verbiage like that. And yet, so many of you were affected. So many of you felt it. What did you feel? Many of you were moved to tears. Many of you had huge energetic shifts. Many of you received healing. Not everyone's posted on the group. Many of you have written to me on email and on WhatsApp. So I know how profound the energy was that you felt. And Lee said that energy could travel over the airwaves. That's one way of saying it, but you know what he meant. We spoke about presence and being. That being, which Cryon has identified me as, is that 33 energy. That 33 energy that I have reached over many lifetimes. And for those who don't know, 33 is the highest energy of compassion. It's not just the energy of compassion, it's the highest energy of compassion. And in the West, many equate that with Christ consciousness, with Christ compassion. Cryon identified me as a 33 way back in 2013 during the Kundalini tour in South America. So, what is it in my being A very simple answer is that high compassion. So what's my point? My point here is that you also have it. If you didn't have it, you wouldn't recognize it in me, would you? It takes one to know one. You are made of compassion. You are made by compassion. You are made by the compassion of the Creator. You love compassion. You like it when people are compassionate towards you. You like it when you're compassionate towards people. But are you compassionate with yourself? Not exactly, because if you were, you wouldn't be sick, you wouldn't be in pain. And what I'm trying to tell you is that most of us don't really understand what compassion is. Our minds don't understand it. But you felt it. That's important. That's what's worth celebrating. That you're open to this frequency. This frequency is not blocked. And many of you felt how healing it was. No matter how bright a light is, can someone with their eyes closed see the light? Can someone who's looking away see the light? Your eyes have to be open at least a little bit, right? Your eyes were all open, which is why you connected, which is why you're here on this group, which is why you're watching this video. So remember that you are made of compassion. It's there within you. It hasn't gone anywhere. It's very powerful. It's very loving. It's very healing. And we will connect you with it. Be patient. Pay attention to what I do on this group. That's very important. Read everything that I post on this group. Read everything that people write to what I post on the group. Try it for a few weeks, for a few months, and see what that does for you. There are things here that I will discuss which I don't discuss in my usual workshops, because there the agenda is different. There's a curriculum. Though there is a great degree of flow, there are certain things I wish to teach and complete, which cannot be done here. But there are many things that can be done here which we don't have time for in the workshops. And that's what I'll try and do over the next couple of weeks and months. I'm very happy that you've connected. That's the first step. That's the most important step. I want to know your questions. I want to know any kind of questions that you have related to the subject, not just about your healing. I want to know what you want healed. And I want to help as much as I can. And I'm going to explain some fundamental flaws that a lot of you have in your understanding in subsequent videos. Misunderstandings about the nature of healing, about abundance, about health, about relationships. And we will fix all of those areas of your life, if you allow me, if you participate, of course. And yes, I said abundance. We will fix abundance. One of the things I teach in my most basic workshop is why it's important to first fix money. Solve money. That's what I call it. Solving money. Okay, so we'll talk about that also. This group, our group, the Crown India group, which is named after me, is only moderated by me. Okay, there's nobody else who's involved in it. You are interacting directly with me, and that will continue for some time, for a lot of time. Okay, you have a direct line to me. You have my number, you have my email. Okay, there is no need for you to suffer anymore. I want you to be patient in this group. I want you to persist. I want you to read. I want you to contribute. And this group will become a very powerful space of compassion, of healing, of compassionate action, of helping you with clarity at every step of your life. Right now, it's a small group. It's like a small plant that needs a lot of attention. And I'm asking you to do your part, and I'm doing my part. And as that plant grows with your contribution, it's going to bear fruit. Fruit that is entirely meant for you, individually and as a group. So participate, share the videos, share this group with as many people as you can. Read, Read it seriously as a teaching, as time you take out every week or every day to learn and keep up with what's going on in this group. Sometimes I may disappear for a couple of days. I do sometimes work 18 hours a day because the sessions are long, and I love doing sessions and healing people. But I will not disappear. I will not disappear forever. I will not disappear for good. This group is not going to be shut down at any time. I'll be back within a few days, and I will be reading, I will be monitoring, even if I don't reply. So bear with me, learn to work with me. Like some of you said, I'm a matter-of-fact person. I don't like untruth that a lot of teachers teach as truth. I want to help you there. For the more veteran Crown readers, you will know one of the most important concepts Crown talks about is the sword of discernment, and that's the sword I wish to hand to you over time as your understanding gets better, so you can discern the truth from the untruth. That's one of my main purposes of this group, is that you get the science and nothing but the science, the pure science and nothing but the science. So right now, your job is to read the group as frequently as you can, read everything I write, ask your questions, share the group with people who want to learn, whether they follow Cryon or not. Feel free to watch videos on the Pankaj Method YouTube channel. So if you just type the Pankaj Method on YouTube, you'll get to my channel. There are a lot of videos there that will tell you what's possible. Read the book, which is a compilation of some magazine articles I wrote over the last year. That will give you some basics. That will give you some science, some basic science. Okay, so these are some things that you can do already, which are not going to cost you anything. Those of us who've written to my office for workshops and sessions, you will start getting replies within a few days. We are still collating everything that we are receiving, and you will get a reply. So one of my main messages for the next week or two is be patient, okay? I'm glad you joined the group, and we will have a lot of fun here. We will learn, we will grow, and great new things will happen here, and I will talk to you soon for another video. Bye-bye.